So welcome back to French Countryside Life. So Jane and I have been looking around trying to find new brocantes to find items to put into the impending Etsy shop that Jane's going to be running. I found one on Google Maps right in the centre of Limoges. So we took a drive down there. We got parked up. The parking is really easy in well, certainly in Limoges and in Angoulême, which is another big town next to us, well, not far from us. There's always places to park, and the parking's cheap, or the cheapest park. The parking's cheap, so I think it was like €4 for the whole day, so that was great. So I got parked up, had a walk around these old cobbled streets, looking at the shops. Got to the brocante, and it looked like it had been closed for ages. It was all boarded up with plywood. So that was that really. So I said to Jane, why don't we go and have a look at the Limoges cathedral, which is just around the corner. So we went and had a look. It was great, just stunning architecture. I'll show you some film of that after this. And then we came back and sat down and had something to eat, hot chocolate and a coffee. And drove back. But I know there's going to be quite a few vide greniers this weekend, so we're going to make an effort to go out and try and find some interesting bits. All right, so this is what I filmed in Limoges Cathedral. Just stunning. So that was a bit of a lovely day out. Turned from one thing to something else. So, brilliant segue here. Speaking of turning one thing into something else, that was slick, wasn't it? Honestly. We're going to turn this into a finished item. So in the spirit of getting things done and finished, I'm going to try and finish this ticket here today and get the bench up and running. Good. Okay, so that's the carving pretty much done. Now I'll get the sander out and take off all this brown. Looks like he needs his teeth brushed, doesn't he? So yeah, tidy it up and get some stain on there. That's the plan. Okay. Okay, so that's the sanding done, and I think he's ready to be stained. Good job. Okay, so we'll just stick a little bit of matte black just to give a bit of depth. Okay, let's get some stain on this. So that's all painted, so another couple of coats of that, let it dry in between, and I think tomorrow we'll set about getting the bench put together. Put a couple of coats of varnish on the actual bit that you sit on. That'll look nice, and yeah, we're getting there. Brilliant. So it's the next day, and I've put a couple more coats of varnish onto the two tiki heads, big and small. Space is at a premium here. I've got all the wood in for the tiki bar here, well, not all the woods, some of the wood for the tiki bar here. I was doing this outside, but then it started to spit with rain. Can you believe it? Now I've brought everything in, and it stopped spitting with rain. So you can bet your life, if I take it outside, it will start to spit the rain again. So, what to do? I think I might take it outside because it's difficult to work in this space. All right, let's do that. Okay, so good decision. The sun's come out. The sun shines on the righteous. Yes, indeedy. All right, so this is a bench people are going to sit on, and I'm in a bit of a quandary. Whether to keep it this colour and varnish it with a clear varnish, or to use the same varnish on the heads and make it darker. Thing is, if I put the dark varnish on, that's it. It's going to be that's how it's going to be. But I haven't got any clear varnish, so I'll have to buy some. It's really, really expensive here. All right, I'll have a think about it, and while I'm sanding. So yeah, so I'm just going to sand, just take the edges off it, because obviously people are going to be sitting on it, maybe in swimming costumes or you know, in shorts or whatever, Don't want any splinters where there shouldn't be splinters. Good. All right, so let's get on with that. Okay, so that's all lovely and sanded. Just took the corners off as well on the edges. That was a bit rough. So that's all lovely. Good. Right, so the colour. I've got a little bit of teak oil left after I did the picnic bench. Right, and I don't know whether I've got enough to do this. I guess we'll see. Yeah, I've decided I'm going to keep it light to start with and see how it looks. Because if it's light, I can make it dark. If it's dark, I can't make it light. So we'll see how this goes. See whether I run out of this. So probably going to. Worst case scenario, I've got to go and buy some more teak oil. All right, let's see how we go with it. Oh my God, have a look at this. This was such a good decision. You can see all the grain coming out in the wood. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go and buy some more, I think. But that's okay. That's what I've got to do. That's what I've got to do. All right, so that's that done. I only had enough teak oil to do the top side, so we're going shopping shortly. So I'll pop into Brico and get some get the French equivalent of teak oil and do the underside. But I think it was a good decision. I think I like the idea of the contrast between the light bench and the dark tiki heads. So once it's all dry, we can put it all together and then take another view on it and see what we think. All right, so going shopping shortly. Brilliant, can't wait. All right, so that's the bench completed. Really pleased with it, how it's come out. Just got a few bits here. So first off, happy birthday to Doug for Monday. So happy birthday, Doug. I'm planning on doing a new series of what do the French really eat. So if you'd like to make suggestions of what you'd like to see me eat, cook and eat, or even not cook and eat, make a comment with your suggestion. So that'll be interesting to see what you come up with. Quote of the week. Now, I remember years and years ago reading a book by a chap called Carl Sagan, who was a cosmologist. The book was called Cosmos, and changed a few of my views of the world. So yeah, the quote, I've got it written down so I don't get it right, so I don't get it wrong. So Carl Sagan said, imagination will often carry us to worlds that never were, but without it, we go nowhere. So I'd like to say thank you to everybody who's contributed to the Tiki Bar Fund. It means the world to me. It's so much appreciated, I can't tell you. So thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed that, which I hope you have, give the video a thumbs up. Maybe share it on social media, click the notifications bell so that you know when there's new content, and maybe think about subscribing if you're not subscribed already. And all that leaves to say is mine, there you go, and I'll see you soon.